السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. And if you can remember, we were looking at Ana Huna Fa'rifuni, and then we got to this particular point where we stopped. So, if you can remember, he was giving us clues, and then at the end of the day, we are going to be expected to identify the main theme of this particular topic. So, let's continue from where we stopped. He's still giving us clue just to identify him. So he began by saying that وَقَدْ يَشْتَدُّ الْبَرْدُ, and the cold, the coldness may intensify. اشتد يشتد, to intensify. وَقَدْ يَشْتَدُّ الْبَرْدُ, and the cold may intensify. في الشتاء, in winter. Shita is winter. فَيَجْمُدُ مَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمَاءِ, and what was of water, or what was water becomes what? Solid. Jamada yajmudu, like we saw the last time, it means what? If it is used in the context of water, it means for the water to freeze, to become solid. Hope that is clear. Jamada yajmudu, for something to become solid, to become hard or stiff. Okay, that's yajmudu. So, fayajmudu ma kana min al-ma, what was of water, small drops of water becomes what? Solid, be turned into ice. وَيَقُولُ النَّاسِ, and people say, al-jalidu, al-jalidu. Al-jalidu, al-jalidu. That's what people are going to be seeing. Al-jalidu. What's the meaning of jalid? Jalid is basically ice. It's also ice. Like I just say here, what you have just described here is a description of ice. So al-jalid is ice. All that is clear, ice. Okay, but when it is not used in the context of water, but for other things, it means for the thing to become stiff. Okay, for the thing to harden. Okay, or something that is hard or something that is stiff is called jalid. I hope that is clear. Okay, like we have jald. Okay, so he says that wa ana huna fa'rifuni, and I am here, know me, and I am here, know me. So this is also a clue. Okay, this is also a clue. Now let's look at the next one. He says that وَإِذَا حَبَطْتُ مِنَ الْجِبَالِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ وَزَاحَمَنِي سُخُورٌ. He says that وَإِذَا حَبَطْتُ مِنَ الْجِبَالِ, and when I descend from the mountain إِلَى الْأَرْضِ, to the earth. حَبَطُ, of course we all know, is to descend. Okay, for something or someone to descend or to come down. Okay, like even in the Quran, like Allah says, قَالَ اهْبِطُوا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا بَعْضُكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ. Okay, when Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, he disobeyed Allah by eating the fruit, Allah told him and his wife, and even Shaitan, all of them, they should come down. Okay, they should come down. قَالَ اهْبِطُوا بَعْضُكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ. There are different versions of, different several ayahs with this particular word. Okay, so habata, like I said, it means to descend. Okay, so وَإِذَا حَبَطْتُ مِنَ الْجِبَالِ, and when I descend from the mountain إِلَى الْأَرْضِ, to the earth, وَزَاحَمَنِي سُخُورٌ, and then rocks, okay, or bulls. Zahamani, it means to follow me in crowd. Okay, to follow me in crowd. Zahama, the imagery that is painted here is, you see, when several people are crowded and several people are moving, following one another. Okay, and then they form a crowd. That's what them as Zahama. Oh, that is clear. Zahama. From it we have Ziham. Zihamun means crowd. Okay, what something is, there is crowd. Okay, from it we also have Izdahama Yazdahimu. Izdahama Yazdahimu, to be crowded. Okay, so it's actually also come to with the imagery of some things following one another. Of course, when the things are following one another, that's when crowd is formed. Okay, so wazahamani suhurun, and rocks follow me. No matter when water is falling from mountain and you see rocks falling with it. Okay, falling with it. Aw ahjaran, or ahjar. Ahjar means what? Stones. Okay, stones. hijaratun, we all know, but here this suhur is from sakhratun. Okay, sakhratun. Okay. Now he continued by saying, kana shallalun yakunu lahu sawtun ha'ilun wa manzarun jamilun. So if this happened, when he falls from the mountain to the earth, and then there's rocks and then stones fall with it, okay, fall with it. Kana shallalun. Shallal is what we term as waterfall. Okay, it's not just any waterfall, large waterfall. That's what they call a shallal. Okay, that's what we call shallal. He says that when that happened, there's going to be shallal. There's going to be a large waterfall. Yakunu lahu sawtun ha'ilun. There's going to, which will have, or there's going to be for it a very loud sound, or a very loud, yes, a very loud sound. Oh, that is clear. Wa manzarun jamilun, and a very beautiful scene. Manzarun jamilun, a very beautiful scene. Of course, when you are sitting and water is fallen, especially with rocks and then stones, we just this kind of imagery is very beautiful. That's why human beings, you know, and that's the nature of Allah. Allah is there, someone like Jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, gardens beneath which rivers flow. And that's the nature of the human being. The human being, you know, this is part of the nature of the human being. And so you will even see some people having in their homes artificial waterfall. Just sitting down watching it, it has some kind of beauty to it, to them. And it's very something, you know, even if you go to places like restaurants and, very beautiful places of recreation, you see mostly they use flowers. You go there, you see nature, they use natural things. You will not go there and then you will see beautiful cars or the beautiful thing. They use flowers. Sometimes you have water, artificial waterfall, or you have water and then you put artificial fish. You just put some fish as if they are moving in the water. If you go to people do such kind of places, you see such kind of things. And that's from the nature of the human being. Every human being like this, because it's part of our nature. We were once from Jannah. Once in Jannah. So that particular kind of nature is encoded in us. Even up to now, we still have that desire. And that is, how do I say it? That's just something that calls us to rush to attend to attain Jannah once again. It was something that was part of us, and so that's nature. Everybody like such kind of things, flowers, artificial waterfalls, and just most of them are the things that Allah described are going to be things in Jannah. Everybody likes them. Okay, so lahu sawtun ha'ilun, there's going to be a loud sound for it. Wa manzarun jamilun, and a very beautiful scene. Wa ana huna fa'rifuni, and I am here, so identify me. This is also another clue. Okay, let's see. Let's continue again. He continued by saying that Maw-izah jitama'at shallalatun, and when shallalat, bimana several large waterfalls come together. Okay, of course, this is Jamu Muannas Salim. Okay, so they just add alif and then ta to the end to make it plural. Okay, kharajtu min al-jibal, and when that happens, when several large waterfalls meet together, kharajtu min al-jibal, I come from the jibal, from the mountain. Fakuntu nahran yakunu fi mabda'ihi sagiran. He's saying that when that happens, it's going to be Nahr, a river. Yakunu fi mabda'ihi. It is going to be at the beginning, sagiran, small. Okay, yakunu sagiran fi mabda'ihi. It will be small at the beginning, at the initial phase when a river is being created. I hope that is clear. Summa yakunu aridan amiqan. Then afterwards, it will be aridon, large or wide, amiqan, deep. I hope that is clear. Aridon means wide, something very wide. Amiqan, something very deep. وقال الناس, and people say, نهر السند ونهر دجلة والفرات وَالنِّيلُ وَأَنَا هُنَا فَاعْرِفُونِي. And people are going to say, Nahru Sindh, the river Sindh. Of course, this is a river in India, right? وَنَحْرُ Dijla. وَنَحْرُ Dijla. And the Dijla river. Of course, this is also a river in where? I think Iraq. Okay. وَالْفُرَاتِ. And then the river of Furat. Okay, river Furat. I think you find it in Turkey, thereabout. وَالنِّيلُ. Okay, and then the Nahru Nil, of course, in Egypt, right? And Nile River. وَأَنَا هُنَا فَعْرِفُونِي. And so he's saying that it is small waterfalls. When small large waterfalls come together, they form rivers. And these are examples, okay, of prominent rivers that we all know. And he's saying that وَأَنَا هُنَا فَعْرِفُونِي, and I am here, so identify me. This is also another very beautiful clue for what he is. Now let's continue. He says that لَعَلَّكَ رَأَيْتَ فِي الصَّبَاحِ أَيَّامِ الشِّتَاءِ مِثْلَ الدُّخَانِ. لَعَلَّكَ, perhaps, رَأَيْتَ فِي الصَّبَاحِ, you have seen in the morning, أَيَّامِ الشِّتَاءِ, the morning of a winter day, okay, a day in the winter, مِثْلَ الدُّخَانِ, the like of smoke. When the temperature is very cold, I mean a very cool morning, you come out, sometimes you see something like smoke. Okay, that's what he's saying. وَيُسَمِّيهِ النَّاسُ الضَّبَابِ. And people call it a dobab. People call it a dobab. In English, we call it the fork, right? Fork. F-O-G, fork. Okay, that's what we term as the dobab. وَأَنَا هُنَا فَعْرِفُونِي. And I am here, so know me. I am here, so know me. Now the last clue, or the second last clue, he says that وَلَعَلَّكَ رَأَيْتَ قَطَرَاتٍ عَلَى أَوْرَاقِ الْأَشْجَارِ. And perhaps you have seen قَطَرَاتٍ, drops of water, of course, or just drops, okay, in general, عَلَى أَوْرَاقِ الْأَشْجَارِ, on the leaves of trees. وَعَلَى الْأُشْبِ, and on grasses. Ushbun means grass, okay, grass. Wal azhar, and flowers. Azhar is the plural of zahratun, which is a flower. Fi ayami shita, in the days of winter. In the days of winter, sometimes you come out in the morning, early morning, and you see some drops of water on plants. Or even when you have flowers, you see small drop of water on the plants. When the temperature is very cold, even though it may not rain, okay, they may not have been any rain, but you see small drops of water on plants. That's what he's saying, on the leaves of plants. So he says that وَيُسَمِّيهَا النَّاسُ أَطَّلَّ وَالنَّدَى. And people call it atol and nada. Atol and nada. In English, we call atol and another. Okay, atol and then another. Basically, atollu is, how do we call it? Drizzle. Okay, drizzle. When you have very rain. Okay, but it's not necessarily any kind of rain. When the rain is just drizzling, coming down very small, that's what we term as atol. Okay, atol. And then we have another. Another here is almost the similar thing with atol, but that one is what we term as dew. D-E-W, dew. Okay, condensed moisture. When moisture condense, that's what he was describing. Al-ashjar, on the surface of the leaves, you see some kind of water that accumulates on the surface of the leaves. That's what we term as another. And atol, as I said, is drizzling. When rain is about to rain, but it's not raining severely. It's just raining small. It is drizzling in English, like we see. So that's what we term as atol. Okay, atol. A very low rain. I think it even comes in the Quran. فَإِن لَمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ فَطَلْ in Surah Al-Baqarah. فَإِن لَمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ فَطَلْ. Allah is talking about, I mean, giving out charity and keep solely for the sake of Allah and not reminding people afterwards. Okay, that verse in Surah Al-Baqarah. If you check it out, you see similar thing. Atol فَإِن لَمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ فَطَلْ. Wablun. We have, it's a very severe rain, and At-tallu is the opposite of very low rain. When the rain is just raining small, that is tall. And as I said, nada is dew accumulated when small amount of water accumulates on plant, or that's what term as nada. Wa ana huna farifuni, and I am here, so identify me. So this is also another clue that he has given. Now he says that waqad ajmudu bisina'a fil masani, and I may be made solid. Ajmudu. Okay, I may become solid. Jamada yajmudu. Okay, I may become solid with sina'a, artificially, like people deliberately making me. I hope that is clear. That is sina'a, manufacturing. But here it doesn't mean the water is manufactured, or when the scene he's describing here is like taking something solid, liquid, and then you are turning it to solid. Okay, but he mentioned sina'a. It doesn't mean it is manufactured. It means it is by artificial means. It's not just the people deliberately did that. Oh, that is clear. So that's what he's saying. Waqad ajmudu bisina'a, and I may become solid bisina'a fil masani', by deliberate means or by manufacturing, but not necessarily manufacturing, like artificial means. For example, if you take water and put it in the fridge, or you take drink and then put it in the fridge, then it become solid. Okay, this is sina'a. This could be sina'a. Sina'a doesn't necessarily or always mean manufacturing, like you manufacture the thing. No, how that is clear. It can also mean artificial, like artificial means, like another person deliberately doing the thing. That is sina'a. Okay, sometimes you hear maza sonata. People or someone will ask you maza sonata, what have you done? Okay, so it can also mean someone doing something. So he said, that's what he's saying. Waqad ajmudu bisina'a, and I become solid by doing of someone fil masani', in the factory. Wa yahrisu alayya nas, and people preserve me. Yahrusu alayya nas, people preserve me. Ayyam as-sayf, in the days of summer. Fala yashrabuna al-ma'a bi ghayri hadha al-jamad, and they do not drink water without this jamad, this solid. Wala yarwawna illa bihi, and they do not give themselves water. They do not take water. Okay, illa bihi, except with it. Wa ana huna farifuni. When it is summer days, if you want to drink water, there will be some kind of ice in it. That's what he's saying. Okay, فَفَلَا يَشْرَبُونَ الْمَاءَ مِنْ غَيْرِ هَذَا الْجَمَدِ وَلَا يَرْوَوْنَ إِلَّا بِهِ وَأَنَا هُنَا فَارِفُونِي, and I'm here, so identify me. This is the last clue that he has given us. Of course, if you check through, you will see that almost all that he's talking about is water. It's water. I hope that is clear. It's water. Okay, but we may also have a different view. Okay, and to actually, as I said, there could be another aspect of it. So if you also have your own, you can let us know. Okay, just feel free to let us know if you think differently. I hope that is clear. It's a very interesting topic that the author has done here, and that's one thing about this particular book. The author, he make the book diverse, very diverse. Like he touch a lot of areas. It's not just limited to one area. Okay, he make the book very beautiful by touching several areas. So, inshallah, this will be the end of the lesson. Jazakumullahu khairan, wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim, wa nafani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikri al-Hakim. Inshallah, we will continue in the next lesson. Barakallahu fiqh.